The DCP Deputy Party Leader Cleophas Malala may be arrested any time from now after a statement he made publicly, and which was careless, and many people have been calling him out during the alternative government tour in the western of Kenya on Friday. The statement he made seemed to be a form of disrespect to the President of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, a president who's supposed to be respected. And if you don't respect the president himself, maybe he should, or the one should respect the presidency. But according to what Cleophas Malala said, he seemed to have ridiculed the presidency, shown a lot of contempt because of the choice of words he used. And unfortunately, no one reprimanded him, not even Rigathi Gachagua, neither the principals of alternative government who maybe reprimanded him. Because if we go to that direction, we will not have a country, and equally the politics in Kenya will be so much dirtied. Listen to what he said.
Ameshika miguu mbili ya William, amepanua hivi kabisa. Na mimi Cleophas Malala nimeshika yeye makende, nifinye nisifinye. Nifinye nisifinye. Nataka nikisema William nasema finya. William Ruto.
They usually say if you don't respect the president, at least respect the presidency. That did not take, or rather that was not taken into consideration by Cleophas Malala, because that kind of language he was using against the president of Kenya, a leader, someone who is looked up upon by many people, someone who is leading the country, someone who is seen as a sign of calmness, someone who is seen as a sign of tranquility and peace in a country. Whatever words Cleophas Malala used here are uncalled for. Sometimes I like the way Fred Matiang'i conducts himself. He always says that in as much as you may differ with a certain individual or a political leader, there is no point of you using derogatory words. There is no point of you using words that cannot be even spoken out, without closing one's eyes. And you find out that these leaders, they just speak them out. They just spew them out. Sometimes I wonder, by the way, call Matiang'i primitive as you may wish, but I like the way he conducts himself. I like the way he talks, because if you've listened to Fred Matiang'i, you'll know that ideally he is competing with the President William Ruto on matters, projects, matters, ideas. That is the same way people should conduct themselves. But let us not blame Cleophas Malala, because we've heard what Rigathi Gachagua says. Rigathi Gachagua is even worse, calling the president a thief, muuaji, mwizi, is something still I feel is uncalled for. And Cleophas Malala, being the new student of Rigathi Gachagua, he has been recruited now, is graduating, because the kind of hatred is spewed in Western amid the chaos, and also despite the fact that William Ruto has never talked anything bad against him, is something that needs to be talked about. In fact, many Kenyans online, they've been calling on the DCI, they've been calling on people to arrest Cleophas Malala, because he cannot demean the president, the precious president of Kenya in such a manner. That is a president of a country. There's someone who said that in Kenya we have too much democracy, and it has reached a point where people misuse that democracy. Because one has a democratic right for anyone to express his feelings. You can't express your feelings while hurting someone's, or the hurting someone is. It doesn't apply like that. So whatever Cleophas Malala did, and no one even reprimanded him, or rather withdrew the statement. Whatever he said is something uncalled for, something that should be abolished, especially in national politics. Today, let me talk to you as a Kenyan. Sometimes we give so much room to this mediocrity, where a leader speaks rubbish because he doesn't want a certain leader, and we are here clapping, we are there shouting, ululating and praising that leader. It is a high time Kenyans we man up. Let me not use it. We can even woman up if need be. Is a high time we Kenyans, we stand for ourselves, because such kind of statements, remember, when Cleophas Malala was saying such statements, unspeakable words, there were kids. Kids were there in that rally. There are kids who went there to see who Rigathi Gachagua is, who Kalonzo is, some kids have never seen them. They went there not because they are politicians, not because they want to hear what politicians say, not because they want to see who is the best candidate to vote for, but they went there to see those people the way they look like. But then you find out that this Jamaa Pale, who is speaking some useless words against the president of Kenya. I don't know what kind of example he's setting to the young individuals who are looking upon him. By the way, as political leaders, there are some young individuals who want to be the way Cleophas is. There's someone somewhere who feels like, mimi nikikuwa mkubwa nataka kukaa kama Cleophas Malala, and then Cleophas Malala is someone who carelessly talks ill of the president. Sometimes I worry with this. I wonder, these people, in as much as tunasema Ruto ni mbaya, there are some people, if given power, watatukojolea sisi wa Kenya. That one is for free. I know it. And to some extent, that is why I feel, Mungu halali. The impeachment case against Rigathi Gachagua, in as much as it was unfair, to some extent, Rigathi Gachagua, given the way he has been explaining that, fulani ana numbers, this one has numbers, he could be the best flag bearer of opposition if he could be cleared, and it could be easy for him to be the president of Kenya, na Kenya tuteseke vibaya sana Heriata Ruto. Because you tell me, I remember there is a time Fred Matiang'i, one of his supporters, talked ill of another leader. Fred Matiang'i akakataa kabisa, kaambia, let us hold peaceful politics. You come here, talk your things, influence the people the way you want, talk to them, try to sweet talk them. I'll come to your place, I'll talk to them. Whoever wins at the end of the day, that is it. There is no point of hurling in such heavy insults on President William Ruto, in as much as amefanya mambo mabaya. And that is why many people today are calling on an arrest of Cleophas Malala. I don't know whether that can be effected, but I'm very sure something will be done. And I hope the NCIC will summon Cleophas Malala on those kind of words he chose to speak, he chose to throw yesterday in the public. I don't know what you think. Write your comment down there in the comment section. Let us talk, let us discuss. Perhaps we can form a basis of whatever we're going to talk about in the next video. So if you're new here, consider subscribing, liking and sharing our content. Hit the notification bell so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we bring you a new content.